This is Ryan Abraham, Dan Weber, USCFootball.com. Instant analysis here on Howard Jones Field, day 7 of USC spring football practice. Had a week off, a little over a week off, Dan, for spring break. And Lane Kiffin said, at least to his knowledge, no one got in trouble. So I guess that's a good sign.
That's a good start. He said to his knowledge, and that's what you're always, any incidents, not that we know of. And I guess they really got him out here hard and worked yesterday morning at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Got him, he said we kind of got that, spring break out of him.
Yeah.
So they were able to, go pretty hard today, although, again, he said, a day dominated by the, the front seven, the defensive front seven. And, came hard, played hard. But it didn't look like the team that had come off of, 9 days off or whatever. It didn't look like that at all. 10 days off, I guess, really.
Yeah. It did look like they were, kind of just, you didn't have to get back into the swing of things as much. It didn't look like it was a long time off, like you said. The front seven on defense continues to play well, but I thought the defensive backs did well too. Torrin Harris had a nice interception. A lot of passes were defended today.
We tried to, get Clancy to say that. He's, a defense coordinator also working with the defensive backs, but he said, I got to look at the film and all that. I was trying to make the case, but, we thought the offensive line kind of punched back the last 2 practices before the spring break, and was today the day the cornerbacks came back. I think Chris Hawkins also got, an interception and that, but it was like, he wasn't ready to go there yet. He just said they're working really hard. They're learning on the fly. We're real pleased with that part of it, but he wasn't going to commit to they took a big step up or anything today. But, and they don't have to, they're not facing Marquise Lee. Lane said they're expecting him, he's coming out in pads every day, and Marquise is saying, I think I'm ready. I don't know why. He's being real careful with me. Lane said, still hasn't been cleared, but we expect him to be cleared real soon. Marquise also told us he's not getting started on track and field as soon as he did last year. He's really not going to go on any of the trips, and basically not going to debut his track and field till they have the dual meet with UCLA. Okay. He's waiting until then. But he said, he's got some soreness. But he said it's just a bruise to start with. I don't think it's anything more. But he said Lane's being very cautious with me.
He did come out in pads and did some early work and then went with the rehab group, so we didn't see him back. But Max Wittick did return. You got to talk to him. What do you think about his day and what he have to say?
Well, I thought, Lane said, a little rust and maybe showed it and went on. I thought he came back pretty well. I thought after a couple of weeks off, and he had a week last week in San Diego where he worked with George Whitfield, who's the quarterback coach who worked with Cam Newton, has people like Aaron Murray and Taj Boyd working with him now. So he said we were doing, stuff, working on the beach, footwork drills on the beach and things like that. So he didn't really have a week off. So, but Lane said he looked a little rusty. I didn't notice it that much. It's kind of interesting when you think about it. He comes back and there's a new center basically. This is the kind of the beginning of the Marcus Martin may be the center. Yeah. And so he's in there with the first team, and his adjustment has been kind of amazing. Lane said, boy, he looks really comfortable. And I remember telling people watching him in winter workouts, I thought, man, he really looks comfortable at center. And Marcus agrees. He said, I don't know why. He said, I just feel more comfortable at center than I did at guard. It's just one of those. So they had him doing, shotgun snaps and things like that today. But Lane said it may not be the last, the last move they make at the offensive line. But like you said, he said Max Turk now has played all 3 positions, guard, center, and tackle. So whenever they figure out where do they need him the most, he's going to probably be ready to go there. He said we wouldn't want to be doing this at the end of the fall. But it's probably Marcus Martin may have found a position there that, and he's down to 312. He likes that weight. That looks like a pretty good weight for him.
All right, well, it looks like the top 5 on the offensive line are set. We just don't know where they're going to play. But for day 7 here, USCFootball.com, instant analysis, spring football here on Howard Jones Field. For Dan Weber, this is Ryan Abraham. Check out USCFootball.com for more.